You can record me all you want.
I know, sir.
Okay. There's someone just flagged me down and said there's a gentleman with a kid that are acting suspicious. Just sitting here.
I don't know how sitting is acting suspicious.
Okay, so all I'm asking you is, what are you doing here?
What I'm doing isn't relevant.
It is relevant.
Okay.
Okay, stand up for me.
For what?
Stand up.
Why are you touching me, sir?
Stand up, come over here.
Why are you touching me?
You have ID on you?
I do have ID.
Okay, let me see your ID.
Sir, I'm not required to produce ID unless I'm being suspected of committing a crime.
170 Sam, you buying LTAC?
I don't understand how sitting here waiting
because all I'm trying to do is communicate with you and find out what you're doing here.
I told you, sir, I'm waiting for a friend.
Okay, but why are you here?
Because I'm waiting for a friend.
Okay, not good enough.
How is that not good enough, sir? I've answered your question.
1031, 170 Sam.
177 LTAC.
Can I have your name and badge number, sir?
Yep. It's right there if you want to spell it. Spell it.
Boy, and your badge number?
Right there. Spell it.
69.
170 Sam, you buy LTAC?
Alright guys, lock in this one starts simple, but it escalates fast. A man is sitting quietly with his child, doing absolutely nothing illegal. No disturbance, no complaint of a crime, just suspicious behavior. And what's the suspicious activity? Sitting. That's it. Within seconds, an officer approaches, not to observe, but to control. Questions start firing. What are you doing here? Why are you here? The citizen answers calmly, he's waiting for a friend. But apparently, that's not good enough. And this is where the shift happens. Curiosity turns into authority, and authority starts demanding compliance. The moment the answers don't satisfy the officer, the tone changes. Now it's no longer a conversation, it's a test. A test of whether this citizen understands his rights or folds under pressure.
Hey, can you 911 beat me at Cedar Bluff and Rothrock, please? I got an unco-op citizen.
I don't understand again how I'm uncooperative. I've answered your
question. You're not
question.
answering the simple questions that I'm asking you. You're not answering.
I've already answered your question, sir.
You did. You did not tell me why you're here.
I don't have to tell you why I'm here, sir.
That's the issue you have.
But I don't have to. I'm not required by law to tell you why I'm here.
I didn't say you were.
Okay, so then why?
As a normal citizen, someone who would like to keep the neighborhood safe, you should be just give me simple answers so I can leave.
I gave you a simple answer, sir.
That's not the answer I'm looking for.
That doesn't matter what you're looking for, sir.
Yeah, come down to Rothrock and Cedar Bluff.
Yeah, copy from me, so.
Hey, when you were down here earlier on Cedar Bluff, did you contact anyone?
No, sir. The house.
All right, I got a guy and a young kid down here that are refusing to give me any information, and apparently don't have any reason to be here. So come on down here.
Sir, I've given you a reason why I'm here.
No, you know what it is? You're just being a jerk.
I'm not being a jerk, sir. Standing up for my rights isn't being a jerk.
You're not standing up for your rights.
Sir, it absolutely is.
It's cooperating with me to keep the community safe, to tell me why you're here and why you don't belong here.
How do you know that I don't belong here, sir?
That's what I'm asking you.
I've already given you an explanation of why I'm here.
Sitting here waiting for your friend is not a good enough answer.
So sitting...
You can't tell me, you have a car here?
That's not relevant, sir.
Okay, that's the problem we're having. You're totally uncooperative.
It's not uncooperative,
It's
sir.
uncooperative.
Am I legally obligated to answer your questions?
No, you're not.
Okay, so then what is the problem?
Because it just goes to show you that you're a troublemaker.
It's not a troublemaker, sir. I've never been arrested. I've never been in trouble in my life.
You're setting a very poor example for this young kid right here.
To teach my son how to stand up for his right?
Now the pressure ramps up. The officer labels the man uncooperative, even though he's answered every question. Why? Because he refuses to give the specific answer the officer wants. That's a critical difference. The citizen makes it clear he's not legally required to explain himself beyond what he already has. And here's where things get revealing. The officer admits it, he's not obligated to answer. Yet somehow, that still becomes a problem. Backup is called. The situation escalates, not because of danger, but because of non-compliance. Then it gets personal, he's called, a troublemaker, even told he's setting a bad example for his child. But flip that perspective. Teaching your child to understand and defend constitutional rights, that's not a bad example. That's real-world civic education under pressure.
It's not about standing up for your rights.
Sure it is.
It's about standing up for the community. My job is to keep the community safe.
And I applaud you for trying to do your job.
You're giving me zero information of why you're
I've
here.
given you
You
information,
don't live
sir.
here, right?
Do you know that I don't live here?
No, but I've asked for your ID and you won't give it to me.
Because I'm not obligated to give you my
And
ID,
this
sir.
is the issue we're having.
Sir, I'm not
There's
obligated.
obviously I'm not saying you're obligated.
Okay,
but
so then-
we've run into an issue here where you're being uncooperative, not giving me the information I'm asking.
I've answered every question you have, sir.
We'll just wait here and see
That's fine.
what my sergeant wants to do.
That is absolutely fine, sir. I have no problem talking to your sergeant.
Right.
I don't understand how
You do understand. You're just being difficult.
it's, sir, being difficult. I mean, is it my obligation to not be difficult?
Well, when I'm just trying to simply do my job and you want to be disrespectful.
I wasn't
and rude,
disrespectful
okay,
at all.
let
I've
me-
called
let me
you sir.
rephrase that.
I've been
If
very
you just want
respectful.
to give me the information I'm looking for.
I've answered every question.
No.
Sir, I have. I've answered
Where
every.
you live, you say it's not relevant. If that's for your ID, you won't give it to me. So
No,
that's the issue.
I'm not obligated to identify myself
Okay.
unless I'm being detained for a
Okay, well,
crime.
you may be here shortly if it's
For what?
If it's
Am I detained right now?
No, you're not.
Okay, son, let's go.
Hit the
Get
road.
up.
Hey, good luck in the future, young man.
Yeah, it's great.
That's in the-
Nate, let's go.
How's it going, man? We meet again.
Good. How you doing?
Good. Hey, you got Snaggy on you real quick?
What's that? Is that a
Identification.
gang sign of some kind?
Identification.
For what?
The post office called so that you're taking pictures or something. Kind of feeling uncomfortable, so we want ID.
This is the turning point. The officer demands identification, but there's no crime, no detention, no lawful basis. The citizen responds correctly. He's not required to produce ID without reasonable suspicion. And right there, the contradiction explodes. The officer admits it, he's not detained. He's not suspected of a crime. Yet the pressure continues. Even subtle threats appear. You may be here shortly. That's not law. That's leverage. But the citizen doesn't break. He stays calm, composed, and consistent. No shouting, no aggression, just facts. And eventually, it collapses. No arrest, no charges, no justification, just wasted time and bruised authority. And as he walks away with his child, one truth becomes clear. Knowledge isn't just power. In moments like this, it's protection.
How was I broken a law, sir?
What's that?
How was I broken a law?
Well, you're making people feel uneasy and stuff like that, so we just want to identify you to make sure everything's okay.
Public
alright.
code 34285 3.5?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, when you tell me what crime I've committed, I'm obligated.
You haven't committed a crime.
Then I'm not
right?
obligated.
Well, why are you taking pictures and stuff? You're making people feel uneasy. See what I'm saying? When we get called something, we got to serve and protect the people, right? So when they call us and they're concerned about somebody, okay? But I don't need that. Okay?
My Fifth Amendment right.
Okay.
You're being live streamed.
What's that?
You're being live streamed.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
I'll be on video recorded. I know it.
I'm just telling you.
I'm simply letting you know.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay, here, you want to read it?
No, I don't need to read it. I'm just
Well,
telling you.
then you know my Fifth Amendment.
What's that?
You know my Fifth Amendment. Okay.
Right. So when we get called to suspicious persons, sir,
What is that, a misdemeanor or felony? Okay.
what's that?
Or a misdemeanor or felony?
You haven't committed anything. But I'm just trying to
Then I
figure
don't
out
have to ID
who you are.
You can call me good citizen. You can call me whatever you want. You can call me bright guy with a camera. I'm not hiding in the bushes.
I didn't say you were hiding in the bush.
Well, I don't know what they said.
Well, they called concern, okay?
Well, that's their fears don't trump my rights. Are we in agreement with that?
No.
Okay. Well, that's too bad because that's the law.
Okay. Well,
I know the law, and so do you. We both know the law. And that failure to ID law only pertains to if I've committed a misdemeanor or felony.
what are you doing taking pictures?
I don't answer questions. I have a right not to.
All right. You have a good day, sir, okay?
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Now we shift to encounter number 2, and the pattern repeats. A man with a camera, standing in public, doing something completely legal. But once again, the trigger word appears. People feel uneasy. Let's be clear, feeling uncomfortable is not a crime. But officers use that emotion as a gateway to demand identification. The citizen doesn't panic. He responds with precision. He invokes his First Amendment right to record and his Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. And here's the key moment: the officers admit it. No crime has been committed. Not a misdemeanor, not a felony, nothing. That should end it immediately. And it does. Just like that, the pressure dissolves. No ticket, no detention. Another example of authority pushing limits and backing off when it meets knowledge.
Our Mountie from police. Just so you know, everything's audio and video recorded. I see your license, registration, insurance, please.
What's your emergency, officer?
I would tell you that as soon as I see your license, sir.
No, it doesn't work that way, officer. What is the emergency, please?
Tell you, sir, that's your license.
Doesn't work that way,
Did you
officer.
see me with my license behind?
I did see what you looked like. So, I'm traveling.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, it's my right to travel unimpeded by the police, unencumbered by Fourth Amendment right. It's written right in there. And I know you guys don't fucking stand this, and it's bullshit that you want to come and pull me, a fucking citizen, over, so you can just let me go on my way, please.
Okay. Well, I need to see your license, sir.
You did, what crime have I committed?
It's not a crime, it's an infraction.
It's not, well, fraction, statutes and infractions. Look up your 14th Amendment. A state's infractions mean nothing to me.
I need to see your license, sir.
You do not need to see my
I
license.
do need to see your license.
You don't need to. What crime have I committed?
It's a traffic offense. It's not a
You
crime.
tell me what crime I committed, I'll show you my license.
It's a traffic offense. It's not a crime.
Traffic offense statutes and ordinances are not legal. They're, it's unlawful what you're doing right now. I just went through the same bullshit in Medford.
Oh, okay. So, I need to see your license.
You're not going to see my license. I'm not giving you because I've not committed a crime. And it's my right, my fucking right not to show you my license. Unless I've committed a crime. And don't tell me I'm obstructing you from anything, because that's a secondary offense. I'm not obstructing you from anything. You pulled me over. You pulled me over. I got 1 minute 24 seconds so far on my clock. You have 20 minutes to complete your investigation. Complete your investigation so I can be on my way. My Fifth Amendment right, I do not need to be part of your investigation. It's your investigation. Do what you want. Leave me out of it.
Do you want me to tell you what I pulled you over for? Maybe that would...
No, I don't care what you pulled me over for, because you can't pull me over. I didn't do anything wrong.
I can't pull you over.
You can't pull me over. My amendment right is to travel unencumbered by the police. They are the exact words. Travel unencumbered by the police.
You cannot be pulled over.
It's correct. Not from you. No, because you know why? Because you're a mere corporation. Your company, you're not even a corporation. So you're nothing but a Walmart, a Home Depot employee is all you are. Just because you carry a fucking gun, you think you're entitled to shit. You're not. Leave me the fuck alone so I can go on my way.
Just hang on a minute. Okay?
Okay.
Now watch this, because everything flips. A traffic stop turns into chaos, and this time, the citizen gets it wrong. Completely wrong. The driver explodes with so-called sovereign citizen arguments, claiming he doesn't need a license, claiming traffic laws don't apply to him. He throws out buzzwords like right to travel unencumbered, but none of it holds legal weight. This isn't constitutional knowledge, this is misinformation, and it's dangerous. Unlike the earlier encounters, this one has a clear legal foundation. Traffic laws are enforceable. Drivers are required to present license, registration, and insurance. But instead of calm reasoning, the driver escalates, shouting, insulting, refusing. Meanwhile, the officer stays relatively composed. This moment shows the other side of the coin, not informed resistance, but reckless misunderstanding.
If you're going to do it, just give me your supervisor too. I want a sergeant, I want at least a sergeant. If you're going to play this bullshit, bring out a sergeant. Sergeant, not a fucking idiot corporal either. You're gonna tell me my phone, because I picked my phone up because it was fucking glaring off the sun. I picked it up and stuck it on my face. But fuck you. Have I committed a crime?
No.
May I be on my way?
No. You're detained for a motor vehicle violation, which is not a crime. Traffic violation.
Which is a violation, which statutes and violations are not any kind of criminal offense. They're only made up by you. This is why they stopped the Chevron doctrine. Of course, you know.
Okay.
The Chevron doctrine. Well, you know. So listen, it's changing, but it's fine. So you guys are corrupt. You work for a corporation. So what happens is, I'm a free man traveling.
Okay.
I'm
in
not.
New Jersey.
In New Jersey, that's
So
right.
at
And
the
because
end,
I can travel, and I can travel interstate. I can go from state to state anywhere I want. It's my 14th Amendment right, my 4th Amendment right, that I can travel within these lanes. It's actually,
Sir, I'm not going to waste my breath because you
it's,
believe in what you believe, and me telling you what is right and what's legal.
it's not right.
Change your mind.
It's not
So
right.
you
It's
just
not
sit here and
legal.
wait.
It's unlawful.
Summons will be coming, and you can fight it in court where you know.
I'm not going in court
I'm not arguing with you because you're not. I'm not going to change your mind.
because it's a corporation. You're a corporation and you are.
And here's the final takeaway. This is where it all comes together. There's a massive difference between knowing your rights and inventing them. In the first two encounters, calm, informed citizens stood their ground and walked away free. No escalation, no arrest, just clarity and control. But in the last scene, emotion replaced logic and misinformation took over. That's where things fall apart. Law enforcement must respect constitutional protections, but citizens have a responsibility to understand those protections accurately. This isn't about winning arguments, it's about staying within the law. Documentation matters, education matters, and most importantly, tone matters. When you truly understand your rights, you don't need to scream them. You stand firm, stay calm, and let the law speak for itself. That's real power.